Hello, hello, everyone. Wow. Good to see all of your beautiful faces. We made it. We made it. Thank you just first and foremost for being here. I know that it's a Sunday and so many of you could be doing so many things with your day, but you're here. You're in community, you're in prayer, you're in reflection for a lot of what's happened in the world right now. And what a blessing it is to be able to gather from so many different places in the world. I'm just seeing in the chat, I'm seeing literally countries I've never heard of. And so, this gathering really began because something happened very close to home. And I believe that we read headlines all of the time and we see things happening in the world, but when something happens super close to your own home space that you felt shaken up by, literally, then it invites you to spark into action. And so I just wanted to read a few things for context. On August 10th, a magnitude 7.4 earthquake struck western Colombia with its epicenter near San Jose Palmar in Chocó. The earthquake was felt across a wide part of the country and caused severe damage across multiple regions. As of the latest reports, at least 295 people have lost their lives. Around 320 remain missing, and more than 3,900 people have been injured. More than 115,000 people have been affected by this. Thousands of homes have been destroyed or damaged, and critical infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, roads, water systems, bridges, airports, have been impacted. Hundreds of aftershocks have continued since the initial earthquake, making rescue and recovery efforts even more difficult. And I'm saying all of these because one, they're factual data points, but at the same time, they're more than just numbers. And we hear these numbers on, as I was saying before, on in the headlines nearly every day. And those numbers can just get passed by as statistics, but these are real souls, real families, real people. And something that began for me as close to home. I was here in Bogota, where I currently am, where we felt the earthquake. Those of you that were here know. Um, it made me realize that we were actually gathering for something much greater. That this prayer doesn't just stop at the borders of a single country. And so that's why I called up my best friends, my community leaders, my spiritual light workers to come in and bring us all together at the end of the day. This is a moment where we can not only give to ourselves because our nervous systems are dysregulated, we're experiencing many different uncertainties in the world right now. But when we come together, and the more I've studied work like Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, or if you look into just the tip of the iceberg of quantum physics, you understand that your thoughts hold a very powerful um, effect on physical material reality. And so, what we're going to be cultivating today, which is my intention for this, is to be a space of pure coherence, service, and love. And in that space together, we can cultivate something much greater than ourselves. The whole is much greater than its parts. And so I brought on, as I was mentioning before, my friends in this journey that are going to be guiding us through some of their beautiful offerings and medicine that they have to share today. Before that, I wanted to read a prayer. This is actually going to be a prayer that is in Spanish. So those of you that have never heard me speak Spanish, first first reveal of that. Um, so again, this is just a space for all of you to receive, to bring our hearts together. And I'll invite you all now to just close your eyes. If you're not driving, if you're not doing anything that requires anything else but your pure presence in this moment. And just starting to connect with your breath, starting with an inhale in through the nose. You can hold your breath at the top and then gently exhale out the mouth. As you begin to start hearing the music, just allow yourself to drift away. Madre Tierra, hoy llegamos ante ti con el corazón abierto. Llegamos desde muchos países, muchas historias y muchos caminos, pero por este momento respiramos juntos. Te damos gracias por la tierra que nos sostiene, por las montañas, los ríos, los bosques y los mares, por el agua que nos da vida y por este hogar que compartimos. Hoy ponemos nuestra atención sobre Colombia, sobre nuestra gente, sobre nuestras familias, sobre quienes han perdido su hogar, sobre quienes han perdido a alguien que aman, sobre quienes todavía están esperando noticias y sobre quienes están trabajando día y noche para ayudar. Que nuestra tierra encuentre calma, que las personas que tienen miedo puedan sentir compañía, que quien esté herido encuentre cuidado, que quien esté llorando encuentre un abrazo, a quien se sienta solo pueda recordar, aunque sea por un instante, que hay miles de corazones sosteniéndolos. Y desde Colombia abrimos ahora este círculo mucho más allá de nuestras fronteras. Extendemos esta oración a todos los pueblos de la tierra que están atravesando dolor, a quienes han perdido sus casas, a quienes han tenido que dejar su tierra, a quienes viven entre la incertidumbre y el miedo, a quienes han sido afectados por terremotos, inundaciones, incendios, conflictos y otras formas de devastación, a quienes hoy necesitan esperanza. A esta oración puede llegar también a ellos. Que llegue a cada familia que está sufriendo en silencio, a cada comunidad que intenta levantarse de nuevo, a cada persona que hoy necesita recordar que no está sola, a nuestros ancestros, a quienes caminan estas tierras mucho antes que nosotros, les pedimos sabiduría. Recuérdenos cómo cuidar la tierra. Recuérdenos cómo cuidar uno de otros. Recuérdenos que nunca fuimos hechos para caminar solos, que nuestras manos estén disponibles para servir, que nuestras palabras traigan paz, que nuestros recursos lleguen a donde realmente hacen falta, que nuestros corazones permanezcan abiertos incluso cuando sea difícil mirar, y que este encuentro no termine cuando cerremos esta llamada. Que algo de lo que sentimos aquí se convierta en acción, que se convierta en ayuda, en presencia, en generosidad, en una llamada, una oración y una mano extendida hacia alguien que la necesita. Madre Tierra, hoy no vinimos a pedirte que dejes de cambiar. Vinimos a recordar cómo caminar contigo mientras cambias. Con respeto, con humildad, con valentía y con amor. Que Colombia sienta nuestro abrazo, que cada pueblo hoy atraviesa dolor, sienta nuestro abrazo, que cada familia que está reconstruyendo su vida sienta nuestro abrazo, y cada rincón del mundo que hoy necesita paz, sienta nuestro abrazo. Que la tierra entera sienta nuestro abrazo. Que cada persona reunida aquí recuerde, somos muchas vidas, muchos caminos, muchos corazones, pero compartimos una sola casa. Gracias por recibirnos, gracias por sostenernos, gracias por permitirnos estar aquí juntos en este momento. Y así es. Just taking a few deep inhales and exhales through the nose, fully coming into this present moment. Again, my full gratitude to all of you for being here. We're going to move into a series of beautiful offerings from friends, community leaders that we all know and love, who have each brought their own medicine into this space. And so, again, you don't need to do anything but just receive, breathe, be here with us, and just offer a little bit of your energy, attention, and love into parts of the world that are in need of it. And so I'm going to call in our first, I believe that is him.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to share with you a transmission that I received for this gathering. So if you haven't done so yet, I want you to close your eyes. I named this transmission a call to remember. It's a message from you as divine intelligence to you. And it goes something like this. There are moments in time when Gaia speaks, not with words, but with air and fire, thunder and water, or the trembling of the ground beneath our feet. So the question before us today, it's not, why is this happening yet again? But rather, are we truly listening? Because maybe these moments aren't here to frighten us or to fill us up with hopelessness. Maybe they're here to wake us up, to shake us out of this illusion that somehow we're separate from one another, separate from nature, separate from creation, separate from this vast intelligence that runs through us, because it is us. What if these events, as tragic as they are happening for us, not to us? What if they are here to remind us that it's time to stop reacting and start creating? Because every one of these moments gives us a choice. We can stand on the sidelines, or we can step into the field. We can ask, why? Or we can ask, why not? Why not end these narratives? Why not create a world of everlasting peace? One void of suffering and pain. Why not live a life of eternal happiness and unconditional love? Why not bring heaven to earth? Why not? Or maybe it's about what if. What if we're not small? What if we're not powerless? What if we're not victims of circumstance? What if we are consciousness, the consciousness, remembering itself? And what if these experiences are here to remind us that we have the capacity to change things right now? Not just to help out with relief, but to create what isn't here yet, to transform pain into inspiration, and to bring forth what has yet to be born. What if this is our defining moment? The moment we recognize something profound, such as that there are countless souls who have chosen to come here and endure these moments, or perhaps even die because of them. Souls who have carried unimaginable experiences, who, in ways we may never fully understand, have chosen, yes, chosen, to carry our crosses. But why? Why would they do this? Because their greatest gift to us is not simply the reminder to help. It's the reminder to remember who we are, to see ourselves as limitless potential, to recognize that we are not powerless observers. We are divine intelligence. We are creators. We are capable of far more than we have allowed ourselves to believe. How long will you stand on the sidelines? Tired of watching these events happen and then returning to the way things were? Over and over and over again, these events are shouting, don't forget. Whatever happens, don't forget. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget what you are capable of. Don't forget that you hold a piece of the field and that without you, it would collapse. And don't forget that together, we can say, mountain, move, and it will. So perhaps the greatest way we honor those who have carried this cross is not through sorrow. It's not our fear. It's not through our sympathy. It's by using the gift they gave us to inspire the world, by becoming more, by trusting ourselves more, by loving more, by imagining more, by playing more. And now, here we are together again to mark the beginning of something new, not as observers, not as victims, but as a collective of powerful divine beings, remembering that we are connected, remembering that we are one, remembering that we are limitless potential. It is also time for us to return to Gaia, not as something separate from us, but as the embodiment of all of us. And as we look into her loving eyes, we say, we see you. We really do. And to every soul who has carried this experience for us, the pain they may have endured, the life they may have given up for us, we see you too. We really do. We see what you've endured. We see what you have given. We see the reminder you have brought us. And we will not let it be in vain. We will not forget. We will become limitless with it, love with it, laugh with it, find peace with it, cry with it, and transform with it. From this moment on, we will choose us going forward. All of us. So, Gaia, yes, yes, we are listening. And we are here now. Together, limitless, sovereign, and unshakable. We are here now. And it is time. It truly is time to remember that this thing that we've been waiting for all our lives, well, it was always us. Just us. Because when it's all said and done, we, yes, we are truly the light of the world. And it's now time for us to shine. So thank you. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you. And so we continue.
Hello, hello, everyone. Okay, we are going to get into the body today. So, inhabiting the body allows us to build more capacity to be with what is, while also exuding potential for more harmony, more coherence, more light for all of those who are suffering and for our entire planet. And so I might invite you to get a little weird, a little funky, move your bodies today. And my only invitation for you is to open your mind and to open your heart to the experience. If you can stand up in your space, we're going to stand up. If not, I invite you to just tune into the meditation aspect of this practice. So if you would like to join me, go ahead and stand up and create a little space for yourself. So, with movement, something that I find is that the opposite of grief is not joy, but rather joy. When we're embodied in joy, we can access that state of capacity for presence. We're able to be more here in the now. So, before we do anything, just go ahead and stomp your feet into the ground. And even if you're seated, you can do this in your seat. Really press your feet into the earth. If it feels good to close the eyes, you can close down your eyes. And then I'll invite you to take one hand to the heart and one hand to your belly. And maybe you notice your heart beating or the natural ebb and flow of your breath. And go ahead and take a gentle breath in through the nose and an open mouth sigh. And we'll do that again. Take a deep breath in through your nose Open mouth sigh. One more full expansive inhale. Exhaling it out the mouth. And however you are in this moment, just notice your current experience, maybe sensations in the body, maybe thoughts in the mind. And we're not here to judge. We're not here to be anything other than present with how we are, individually and collectively. So if you'd like, you could just start to find a little sway. And this natural sway can somatically make us aware of our being in space, connecting us to the earth that upholds us, and the breath that allows us to be fully here right now. And then open your eyes if they're closed and just attune yourself to the room around you. You might hear some music start to come on. And as you notice the area you're in, you might start to move your body a little more. And again, if you're in a seat, I still invite you to move your body. If you're standing, maybe you start to bounce a little. And if it feels weird, let it feel weird and do it anyways. You might let the arms get involved. You might let the shoulders get involved. If you want to turn your camera off, you can turn your camera off. Good. And just start to let the movement get a little better, a little bigger rather. And you can start to jump around your space. And again, if you want to keep this low impact, you can find a little sway side to side. And just let the music enter your body, let the breath enter your body. There's no right or wrong way to be. Just let yourself feel. And then whether you're seated or not, start to shake out your body. Almost as if you could shake off some energy, shake off some things that aren't serving you anymore. I like to add sound, so if you want to add sound, you can make a little lip trill just for a little bit longer here. About 10 seconds more, moving your body, getting into the body. For 5, take it out. 4, 3, 2, and just slowly start to come down. So you can find a little side to side here. Take your hand to your heart, your hand to your belly, and start to find the sway. The music's gonna shift. And maybe you notice your heart beating. Maybe that was a little challenging for you, or maybe you had a lot of fun with it. Whatever your experience may be, just welcome it in. And you can find this sway again, reconnecting the hands on the body. Maybe slowing the breath down, maybe closing the eyes down. Let yourself breathe, make sounds as it feels good. And you might notice that your skin got a little warmer, or maybe your heartbeat picked up. These subtle messages from the body reminding you that you are alive. And what an absolute gift it is to be alive. To inhabit a body, to fortify the domain of your being so that you can show up with more light, with more love, with more joy to share with those who are suffering, to share with the world around you. Take an exhale out of your mouth. And a gentle breath in. Another sigh out of the mouth. For this last little bit here, you might hear the humming of the music, and I invite you to join in. When we hum, we stimulate the vagus nerve and we start to bring equanimity to our autonomic nervous system. Doesn't matter how you sound, just tap into how you feel and you can hum as it feels good. Just a little more. You're welcome to keep humming, or you can slowly reconnect to your natural breath, the ebb and flow of this life force, prana, energy moving throughout the body. And the final thing I'll invite you to do here today is to just bring a smile to your face. We underestimate the power of joy, of radiating pure presence. And although there are so many things that we can view as hard or negative, challenging, destructive in our world, there's also so many things that we can view as positive, beautiful, light, full of life, joy. And when we come back home to our being, gratitude is what we become when we feel joy, when we feel light, when we feel at home in our own skin. And we'll close today with one final breath together. Let's start by taking an exhale out the mouth. Full breath in. Let it go. And so we continue.
Thank you, Hannah, for that beautiful practice. So everyone, if you can continue with your eyes closed, if you would like to take a seat, I welcome you to do so. Now that you have tuned into your own body, you are going to tune into your greater body, our beloved mother. So please take a moment to close your eyes. If you would like to place a hand on your heart, I welcome you to do so. To remember the center that you are moving from and that you are connecting to in yourself and in your greater body. So let yourself relax. Let your breath relax. Let your breath soften. Allow your face muscles to relax and drop into a space of presence in your heart. Soften your consciousness into your heart space. Being present with what is there within you. Feel the energy of your heart. Relax into it with every exhale. Expand your awareness in your heart with every inhale. Feel the energy of your heart. Feel your heart. Stay present with it. The energy in your heart. Feel it. Stay aware of it. Allow your awareness to drop into the deepest place in your heart. Feel the energy of the mother in this place. The infinite womb of creation within you. Feel your heart. The creative power within you. The presence of the mother all around you. Be held by her. Feel this love in your heart. And receive the love of the mother. In your heart. Feel it. As you are held by the mother. Bring the earth into your heart and hold her in your heart. Feel the love for all of creation in your heart. Feel the love for our waters, for our trees, for every animal. Feel your love for life. Open your heart to life. And feel the love for our earth in your heart. Hold her. Hold our earth, our mother, in your heart. Hold her in the energy of love, of wholeness. Feel your love for our earth in your heart. Feel this love for all of humanity, our family. Feel the love for all of existence. Welcome it into your heart. Allowing this love for all of life, the love that our mother holds us in, to become your love for all of life. Bringing your awareness to your heart now. Feel your love for you and allow this love to saturate your own being from the inside out. Allowing this love to be what you hold in your presence, to hold all of life in love. Staying as you are, staying aware of your breath as you wish. If you are ready, you are welcome to come back to this shared space. And we will welcome Kelly Kolodny to come and share with us. Thank you.
Luna, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you. I'm just going to take a few moments and I'll bring in Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing. When Raphael comes in, I'll make a toning sound and Raphael will say hello, and you'll simply say hello back wherever you are in the world. Hello, 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 hello. We are very delighted to be here with all of you from the angelic realm, and we recognize that you are feeling these shifts taking place on your planet as there are many fires that are raging and floods that are occurring, and now you are attuning to the volcanic eruptions and activity and the rumbling beneath the earth. This is occurring and in divine order as your earth is transcending and evolving at a rapid pace, as are you. And as this occurs, it is that the stones and the water and the roots and the animals and the minerals feel this shift and energy and vibration. But it is that of the human energy, and you as beings on the earth embodying and clothed in matter and form carry the energy and the frequency and the vibration of emotion. And this emotion is a vibration that signals out into the angelic realm. And when there are moments and times of great distress, whether that be what is unfolding in Venezuela or Japan or Hawaii or wherever it may be, a signal comes into the angelic kingdom, and we feel this sensation, a prayer of sorts, signaling out to us as if you are calling into our dimension, inviting us to come and to love and to support all of you. And when something happens in an epicenter in a particular place on your planet where many are affected simultaneously, the signal that is amplified is very strong and it goes out. And the signal in Colombia went out as a wave of energy into your communities, and something in your essence and your soul was called to this very moment, to be here in this now moment, as Amelia gathered all of you from his own heart to bring your energy and attention to the people in this particular region. And so you have taken the time out of your busy day to come into presence, into stillness, and into your body, and to attune to this particular moment and bring your love to the people of Colombia. And as you do that, we are inviting you in this now moment to tune into your body and into your being, for you too are an angel. For it is that I hear the calls coming out, reverberating from the tragedy and the unfolding that has taken place in the human process, in which it is needing support and love and tender care and understanding. But those prayers have not only come to me as Archangel Raphael and many within the angelic kingdom, but they have come to you as well. And you are being asked in this now moment to open your hearts to carry love and to be the angel that you are. So as you feel into this and into this beautiful remembering, remember that you are luminous. Remember the light around your head. Feel into your shoulder blades in this moment and begin to sense the only wings and your own wings that are there as they start to unfold and give birth behind you, wrapping around and creating an orb of light in which you are carrying energy of love. In this now moment, we ask you to tap into the angelic energy that runs through the luminous body of light of who it is that you are, and the deep remembering that you have moved through these kingdoms of vibrations and energies before. And as you begin to feel into this sense of who it is that you are, allow your heart to open, placing your hand on your heart and saying, I love you, meaning that you are madly in love with who it is that you are, and the remembering of your essence with your name afterwards. I love you. And as you are doing that, you are also tuning into the memory and the understanding that everyone on your planet, every single being is connected and a part of who it is that you are. And as you drop into this frequency and this vibration, we are asking you in this now moment to feel into a place, a being, a pet, something in which you have unconditional, magnificent love for, and begin to expand that love around your heart center. And as you expand that love, you drop into the vibration of gratitude, feeling into all the blessings in this now moment of the shelter of the home in which you are in, and the running water that you have that came through your faucet today as your toilet flushed, and you found food in your refrigerator, and you were able to have electricity to align to this particular moment in time, to attune to all of you together as a soul family coming together to bring love to those perhaps in this now moment who are suffering in some way deep within their own heart. And so, as you open your hearts and fill this radiant energy within your own being, filled with love, you become a ball of light. And as that ball of light, I am inviting you now to hold that energy, all of the love, all of the gratitude in which you can muster in this now moment, elevating your vibration. May you carry that love to this place of Colombia. And may you go over the epicenter where it is that the earth was rumbling. And may you sense into the energy and the vibration of this place. And as you attune to it, the people here are open hearted and loving and mystical. They are connected to the earth. They are rooted deep in mysticism. They are authentic. The energy is magnificent and beautiful. They are deeply rooted in the space of the earth itself, and they carry indigenous wisdom. Tune into their beautiful vibration and energy and sense those who have called out in prayer. For there may be a tiny little boy, perhaps he is a Colombian boy that is small and young, and he has lost his parents in the earthquake under the rubble. Perhaps you can tune into the mother that we sense right now crying in her bed for her loved one is missing. Perhaps you are feeling into the father who has lost their home and does not know how to feed their family, or the child whose school is in rubble now and is unable to attend, left alone wandering through the streets. This is true and real. Feel into their energy and vibration. One of them right now is calling, a signal is pulsating out into the universe and into your heart, calling you to come with your angelic wings of light and the softness within your being. As you hover and attune to their vibration, sense and feel who is calling you. You might feel into this little boy or this mother, this father or uncle or aunt, someone familiar, a sense, perhaps it is a doctor working long hours. Sense who it is, feel their energy, and move toward them energetically. Open your heart. Wrap them in your arms. Take your angel wings and surround them and begin to blanket them with an emerald light of love. And as they feel this energy washing over them, they are sensing something shifting in their body, a lifting, as if their call, their prayer has been answered, as if something gentle has touched them on their shoulder, a sense that they are not alone, that somehow there is something present with them. It is you. And you are opening your heart. You begin to open all of your centers, and they feel this. They're not sure exactly what it is, but there is this knowing, like a wave of peace moving over their body, as if somehow what they're experiencing, it will pass. They start to see the grander vision, the perspective, why it is occurring. Their grief begins to soften, their aching body begins to lift, and you are there with them. You place your hand gently on their heart, pulsating love into their heart. You begin to open your root center, and as you open it, you send them energy that grounds and anchors them, and they begin to feel a sense of safety, as if they belong, as if they're being rooted, as if somehow things will be all right. And then something opens in your solar plexus and you send them an energy. Power moves through their body and courage to find their way. Something opens and shifts and changes. Someone gives them a hand and lifts them toward something. They understand. The grief softens in their heart as you open your heart to theirs. And then you open your throat, your voice, a sound reverberates through you, a celestial song of love into theirs, and they feel a sense that they are being heard, that their prayer is being answered, that somehow a softness is occurring. In your third eye, it opens as well, and they feel seen and understood and recognized. And all of a sudden, they're just blanketed with a sense of peace for a moment, and a connection is made, human to human, heart to heart, breath to breath, soul to soul. A choice that you are called on this call in this now moment to be here, to be an angel, to be an energy of love and light for another in need in this moment, remembering and recognizing that they and you are one and not separate. And as you love and heal and give to them from the blessings that are bountiful within your own experience, that they feel this, they are touched, and a rippling energy moves like concentric circles of love through the planet as you all begin to remember this web of life, this energy that connects you all, never separated, connected purposely by divine order. And with that, you hold them, you lay with them, you are present. You begin to create a bond, a connection, and you tell them, I am here. Perhaps when they are sleeping, you will visit in your sleep. Perhaps you will be there in a way in which something within you can help them to find a path, a doorway, a synchronicity, a magical moment, an opportunity where things begin to align and blessings bestow upon them. And as you open your heart, you remember that you are blessed with greatness, that you do have running water and electricity right now in this now moment, and food to feed your belly. And perhaps you have just a tiny bit extra. And that extra, that little bit that you have, you can share lovingly, unconditionally. And that is where you take action. That is where you take some extra that you have within your field, if and only you do. And if so, you make a difference by doing something so that someone may bring them a warm meal, or may shelter them, or bring them a blanket that is physical upon their body, or bring them the funds that they need to start their business again, or to open their school, because you are blessed. And in this now moment, you are filled with abundance and frequency of energy and love, and you share it open heartedly, knowing that at some day, in some moment, it may be the reverse, and their soul, their love, their energy, blanketed by your frequency, shall send it back to you 1,000-fold. And so you remember, human to human, heart to heart, that you are there for one another in these now moments. And so, with that, we want to thank you for that. And with that, I stand over you with my hand above your crown, and I pour into your body the light of my heart, and all of the healing emerald energy that I carry within my frequency through your being, through your wings, through your hands, and through your body, as you feel your cells tingling, your body sparkling, attuning to the luminous frequency of who it is that you are, aligning with your own divinity, and remembering that you are all one. With that, I send to you all of my love and all of my blessings. May you remember that as one of you is hurting, somewhere inside, you all are. And as you open your heart with tenderness and gratitude and love for another, those same blessings bless all. And so, with that, many blessings and good day. And so it is.
Hello, everyone. I am Stefan Burns. Thank you all for being here, and Emilio for. Hello, everyone. My name is Stefan Burns. Thanks for being here, and for Amelia for putting this together. I just want to provide maybe a little bit of perspective across time for what is happening to the best of my ability. Um, and this really starts by going back hundreds and thousands of years when we were, in many ways, in a much deeper connection with the earth because our consciousness was a little less differentiated and refined than it is now. So these external, as we call them now, inputs of just the environment and the earth and the cosmos were more innately within us. And it was a little harder for us to differentiate between what was, let's say, this external consciousness. Of course, we're all one, and our own individual consciousness. It seems that as time has continued, humanity has continued to further differentiate from this more universal field. And that appears to be the case because we have a special part to play in this grand cosmic symphony that we call life. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just we have our own specific things to do. But in the process of that, many people have become disconnected from the external world. I find it interesting that a lot of these big earthquakes are occurring in places that do have a more rich history and ancestral knowledge of the earth than other places on the globe. Um, because in general, everywhere on the globe can get big earthquakes at different frequencies, but they can get them. But we're seeing big activity in Indonesia, the Philippines, Colombia, Venezuela, and there's really rich ancestral traditions that still exist in these countries, and they're still practicing shamans, for example. Um, so in light of that, and also in light of the fact that this activity isn't necessarily abnormal, it has been a bit more destructive than normal recently, just having Venezuela and Colombia being good examples as being so deadly and destructive, unfortunately. But it's not outside the realm of normal for what's happening with the Earth. But there's a few different modifiers that make this moment very special. And one of those is now the advent of technology and the ability for us to all communicate as we're doing now from across the globe. I mean, I don't know how many people are on the Zoom call, but it's an incredible amount. And that is something that's completely new. Additionally, what's new on this thousands of year time scale is our ability to really precisely understand what is happening with the Earth, geologically, geophysically, etc. So now we know that when these big earthquakes strike, often, especially the land-based earthquakes, a very powerful electric field is generated that goes all the way up to the upper atmosphere, called the ionosphere, which is our connection to the space environment. And we see alterations to this ionosphere. We see how a solar flare can alter the ionosphere. And of course, Earth's magnetic field generated deep within the core extends out to space, to the magnetopause. And so there's this larger connection that just in the past 100 years, we've really come to understand. Um, and now we're integrating this into the spiritual traditions. And it seems really just to be taking off in the past few years. Another important thing to point out is with this new advent in communication technology, which, we had the internet and forums and stuff back in the early 2000s, even before, but really around like 2010 and going beyond that, this really took off. In Zoom, for example, with 2020, we had a weak solar cycle 24, during that time frame, which is like a 100-year abnormality. We get these about every 100 years, a weak solar cycle. And so it almost seems to me that this was a moment for us to pause into exhale before now where we are, where we're really seeing this increase in energy rapidly, go upwards because solar cycle 25 has been stronger than 24, and we're starting to get back to these stronger solar cycles, and that's where or at least the vast majority of energy for the planet is coming from. It's coming from the sun. But now, because of this communication technology and our ability to share and learn from others, and these new spiritual traditions, practices that are coming online and are being rediscovered, there's more energy available to us. So in the past, when a big earthquake occurred, I would assume that the the tribe, the village, the shaman, they would prescribe some sort of meaning to it, and that this would be a very spiritually important event. As someone who's gone to some of these ancient sites, megalithic sites, etc., you can feel the energy there still thousands of years later. So you know that there's something to this. But now I get the sense that Mother Earth, the sun, cosmos, all the different forces, which are, of course, within us, are working together now and releasing this energy such that we can work with it much more hands-on. Because now we can do exactly events like this. Whereas before, in 1960, let's say a big event happens and it may hit the news, but now thousands of people, millions of people can get together and and channel and focus their consciousness in almost like a hive mind to bring about new changes. And that's what Mother Earth, at least I believe, is asking. We need to be better stewards of her, and because we owe everything really to her, at least most of everything, our bodies, our matter, what we're made up of. Um, And so now, when a big earthquake occurs, not only is it a direct activation for those people energetically that live there. I mean, Emilio himself, felt that earthquake, so he got that energetic activation. It is also, in a broader sense, activating the entire globe, and it's also providing us an opportunity to reformat the energy, like the new sphere, the energy and consciousness Schumann resonance field, you could say, around the Earth. Um, because before, if a big earthquake struck, let's say, Romania 4,000 years ago, only the people in Romania felt it. But now we can all work together and really bring about some of these changes that have been prophesized for hundreds and thousands of years. I think now really is the moment. So um, Mother Earth is providing this to us, and it's up to us to seize the moment and to work in harmony and in resonance with her. And the more that we do these sort of events, I think the faster the changes, the beneficial changes we are going to see. And of course, it's unfortunate seeing some of the destruction and the loss of life and injuries and more. So that's also, as we've been doing in this Zoom, it's our opportunity to then hold others and wrap them in light and love and more. So just some big picture thoughts there. We really are in a special time as a result of these different convergences, and that's going to continue forward. So I really see this as just the beginning, and it's incredible that we are all here together doing this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stefan. That was a beautiful, beautiful share. And I felt how important it is for us to balance all of the compassion, the heart, with the logic and understanding, honoring the masculine and the feminine. Thank you so much again to all of the beautiful contributors and the weavers in this field. This is the template of the new earth, and I know and have felt, seen, and heard each and every one of these presenters know and understand the template that we're anchoring right now in and through this beautiful gathering initiated by Emilio. This is why we gather, so that we can then come together and gather with other communities and combine our efforts, just like Stefan said, in such a beautiful way. This is just the beginning of us understanding the power that we have. I felt appropriate to be out here, to allow Gaia herself to speak to you in and through this beautiful sky, this scenery, knowing and understanding there's not so much peace right now for those who are experiencing the loss, the devastation, the trauma that is the result of a sudden natural occurrence, the earthquakes, los terremotos. As I bring through these frequencies of harmonization and coherence, along with all of you from across the world, even though you are muted technically on the call, your voices will be heard. So please allow your voice to sing, your transmissions to come forward beside mine. I do this with great respect for all of the indigenous wisdom keepers of, especially of Colombia. I feel their hearts woven together with ours. I recently read an article about how the Kogis would telepathically connect to certain people from across the globe. And they know and understand this well. They know and understand our hearts are one, that we are one, and that there is no separation while we still live in these individual experiences. And so I just want to honor that. Let's begin. Nai hoi nalaru nai hai yo nai aru nai o ai aro ai hai ai ro shai Nai I tu corja de ai zuduijna mare toko olala ai tu corja de nai suko orieta ita to umdai so ogra lerikta ajnuko de kidi sukuma shtiki ar ta al ugetan ustada ishtiki mara te e zukunda karke tukor ket nai shtuko kakyan stuko shtetik mor maraha Maraha or iala a ti dutukum ar kit ish dutuk ogyan yarek utata ajniga kituko jadare tukoya. Feeling the presence of the Dragon Collective, especially those who are physically in Colombia, both above ground and in inner earth. Yare laraka oria dare ijna re etuko jindi are takar. Ai jodogo reana arrea taka ai jodogo ondiar yaria tukuma shitka arrea uya jedere ina rea toko ya di ijnoka ya jizi ar naya tokor naya tokor naya tokor yash tokor ya ha hea tokoya, feeling the presence of many different galactic collectives that are connected in and through above ground stargates and below ground stargates. They just wish to have a presence here. They wish for their voices to be heard. They wish that we would know how present they are, how real they are, how much they are here to weave with us, to be with us, to feel at one with us. If we open our eyes, we can see them. If we open our hearts, we can feel them. We can feel the collectives gathered in support of this incredible rebirthing, this birthing, this incredible undertaking of which we are a part, this greater body that is birthing into a new essence, into a new frequency. Honoring those whose journeys have experienced the density of dramatic transformation in the world, and how those bodies have experienced emotions which are deep and profound, and sometimes grief and sadness and despair is there for us to witness, for us to step in and become the angels on earth. Kayati sukoyana reitara alayatak. We are the angels on earth. Yashita kahai soyahai soyahai soyahai. We breathe as one. We allow our hearts to beat as one. Mashtak ah. Gaia speaks. God enute sa alahaya. Gai takatunash ta'ar. Shikiarai kinahai. Shidarahla. Aheta ahaya. Yashtutukoya naka. Maisikiaya. 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 May we remember this moment of reclaiming our power, to hold in our hearts all of humanity and all of Gaia as one. Shuyata kahaya. Miyashiktaya. So be it. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. I am complete.
I think we all felt that. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, everyone. Alunia, Franco, Hannah, Stefan, Kelly. Thank you, all of you that have carved out this space to be here with us in prayer. This gathering has really allowed me to see and witness firsthand what is possible when we create from something much greater than ourselves. And I also just want to briefly, as we're closing in today, I wanted to tell you guys a story because I was talking with my mom a few days after we had this earthquake on Monday. It was scary for all of us, and then we were just talking about, and I thought of Spider-Man. You know, I thought of Spider-Man and the movies, and I thought about this theme of responsibility. So many of you and many of the community leaders that are here, you've trusted us with your energy, with your hearts, with your attention. And in doing so, have allowed us to have a place for us to put out messages into the world. And there's a responsibility that comes with that. And I really felt that I had this responsibility to create something for not only the people that have been affected or devastated by these earthquakes or natural disasters, but also for the world at large and what we're going through as a collective. And so we put this together in under 24 hours. The leaders that were here know that I just sent out a voice message and then immediately they were like, I'm in, no questions asked. And that's also the trust that you guys have in me, and I appreciate you so much. And then a few hours go by, and we were vetting the organizations to, help. And of course, we have the Red Cross and some of the most well-known organizations to help out and donate. But my mom goes out to the supermarket and she runs into a friend of hers. She tells her friend what I was putting together. And he goes, no way. I've been friends since I was 11 years old with one of the women that is on the ground right now helping out with all this situation. And the organization that she works with is called ABACO, which stands for in Spanish, Asociación de Bancos de Alimentos de Colombia. Just for context, it's a Colombian nonprofit that coordinates the country's network of food banks with a very practical mission. They rescue food that would otherwise be wasted and get it to people experiencing hunger and food insecurity. What makes their model especially strong is that they operate as a national network rather than one isolated charity. Abaco currently describes its network as 26 food banks across all of Colombia, sourcing surplus food from agriculture, manufacturers, supermarkets, hotels, restaurants, and individual owners. So I had the opportunity to have a call with their team this morning before our call, and I wanted to bring in Santiago to tell us a little bit more about the work because he's been on the ground since Monday when this all occurred. So I wanted to give him the space to tell us a little bit of what has he been experiencing and also some ways that we can help in the situation and take a little bit more action as well.
Hola,
Hola,
Emilio.
Santiago.
Hey,
Hola.
hey, everybody, and thank you for this space. Just to let you know, guys. Basically, Abaco is Colombia's best kept secret. I would like mainly to begin by deeply, deeply thanking you, Emilio, and every person joining us today from different parts of the world in support of this shared cause. Thank you for coming together to hold Colombia with your presence, your prayers, and your intention. And as you know, Colombia is going through a painful emergency after the earthquake that affected many communities across the country. Families have lost their homes, communities have been cut off, and many people need food, water, warmth, and support. At the same time, we are also having massive wildfires that are affecting different parts of Colombia, adding to the needs of many communities that are already facing dreadful situations. So today, our shared presence can be a space of care, compassion, and hope. And I really am grateful to be here with you. As you so eloquently spoke, ABACO is Asociación de Bancos de Alimentos de Colombia, which stands for the Association of Food Banks of Colombia. And they bring together a national network of 26 food banks across the whole country. So we got 26 different regions that are working day and night, day and night, not only during these emergencies, but throughout the whole year. And the mission is simple. We need to fight hunger. We need to bring food, nutrition, and hope back to Colombia's most vulnerable communities. Abaco brings together companies, donors, social organizations to rescue and deliver essential goods. So that's more than 3,000 associated companies that support this work on ongoing basis. So while the network continues to serve communities with ongoing food needs, it also focuses urgently on the territories affected by this emergency. And Abaco has its own social organization or social movement, which is called Todos Juntos, which stands for All Together. And its social movement is a channel through which Abaco connects with communities, artists, movements, and allies. It helps to share the work being done, bring more people into the conversation, and turn solidarity into a collective action. So in this emergency, Abaco and Todos Juntos, as a single unity, as a single entity, are working together to support the affected communities. So we have created a humanitarian corridor to bring food, water, blankets, and other essential supplies to the communities most affected by the emergency. So throughout this network, we gather, organize, and move these donations to where families need them the most. So it's a direct bridge between the people who want to help and the communities that are facing urgent needs. Where the aid goes, the aid reaches foundations, parishes, and official shelters. And it includes, as I said before, basic supplies, water, blankets, and other station items that are delivered straight to the affected communities. After we gather, we will review where the support is needed the most. We have the capacity to decide where the aid should go so we can send it to the communities where it can help the most, and all funds raised are intended for the affected areas. So our invitation is to donate. We are sharing a link. I have seen the link has been shared many different times within the chat, uh, to Abaco's donation page. From there, you can make a contribution from anywhere in the world. So we invite you respectfully and in whatever way it's possible for you to join the effort. Every contribution matters. It can become food, it can become water, it can become blankets, it can become supplies, and it can just help out many people throughout the emergency. So thank you, and may the compassion that brings us together today not only remain only in our hearts and in our intentions, but may also be practical support for families, communities living through loss, uncertainty, and need. So Emilio and this beautiful group, thank you, and this beautiful community. Thank you for holding Colombia with your presence. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your awareness and every action that helps this network of support reach farther. So thank you for that.
Gracias, hermano. Muchas
Tati.
gracias. Thank you, family. Just wanted to, I'm going to bring in a little bit of our beautiful Kelly. I see you. Let me see who else is still here. I'm going to bring you guys all in here. I don't think I can do more than a few spotlights, but thank you guys so much. Kelly, Lunya, Hannah, JJ, Franco, Stefan. You guys are amazing. And everyone that's here, everyone that has contributed their beautiful energy and their time. You guys are awesome. So hopefully we can, use this space as a template, as JJ would say, for many more co-creations when different parts of the world are in need and we can put together our hearts and the communities for something greater than ourselves. And thank you for saying yes to this. Sending you all much love.
Thank you.
We will send out a email, a replay. This will be posted on YouTube as well, and with all of the links to Abaco and the organizations that are helping out. So stay tuned for that. That should be up in a few hours. But either way, happy Sunday to everyone, and we'll see you soon. Much love, guys.